Hello, this is Paul from RankWyz Sideways, and today's Sideways Daily again on the topic of shadow network, shadow domains. So we introduce, I cover it in the yesterday's episode. So I got a lot of feedback, a lot of comment questions, and I'm gonna cover them all. So also we're gonna look at the shadow domains slightly different angle. So yesterday it was mainly from the point of hiding your link buildings from link building efforts from being reverse engineering. So basically you build your backlinks pointing to the shadow copy of the main site, so as a result, so it cannot be discovered by using any third-party tool. So without going too much again, just through the same steps, so you can watch the yesterday's episode. But I'll just very briefly go to my test network. You can see there's a one domain here, one site, and if you look at it, it looks like completely legit. So it's a normal local electrical site, but it is indeed an exact copy of another site. This is the target site or regional site, and the difference between this site and this is in the source code. Not only system copied exactly all pages by page, like without any changes, so it just technically it's just complete duplicate, but it's injected the instruction for the Google bot, no index, no follow, and it set up a canonical tag pointing to the original site. So if I navigate to site, let's say testimonials, you can see that canonical points to the testimonials page on the main site. So what's like a little bit how Google will explain this idea from his own. So I go to the last example. So content you provide on that blog or for syndication to other sites is replicated in part and full on different domain. So in the user's example of one syndicated post should be used canonical tag to post on our original post. So we have copied post and original post. Google claims that warns webmasters so that to eliminate duplicate content you need to use canonical. So exactly that's we built in Sideways. So you have your domain and you want to click create shadow sites. You have domain, like that's going to be your domain, and original domain or target domain that you want to copy, and system will do everything for you. It will just create and it will take a bit, but it will create a site and it will make exact copy. And now about variations from yesterday's episode. So let's say I have a client like I'm looking to promote. This is electrical client. So what I do like when I install when I create a PBN. So I'm just find good expired domains, or maybe I buy auction domains. So they don't need to be expired. Like I mean, so the point is they have pre-existing high quality backlinking profile. So I use generic high quality like CNN, Wikipedia, eHow, but of course when it comes to the local niche, so you might just get more of the links in yoga from yoga sites if you're looking to create a PBN to promote yoga content. So what do? So you create a PBN, so and then you you follow this objectives for anyone who create a PBN. Once you find a domain, you set up a themed site. So let's say if I promote an electrical site, you create electrical sites network. You post relevant content, electrical content. Then you put an effort to get the site re-indexed with the new content. And then you take advantage of existing backlink profile. Essentially, you're putting backlinks, you're putting links in your content. Once it's indexed, once it's you have an other side of that, Google see that this is a good relevant site, like i.e. possibly ranking for a long tail local electrical keywords. So you can place links pointing to your site and continue building backlinks to the PBN. You can also build backlinks to backlinks of your PBN. So it's so this is the functionality that will be available very soon in RankWyz automatically. Once you add PBN, when you add expired domain, you can load quote-unquote good links, good backlinks, and start a campaign that will automatically backlink to keep authority of those backlinks and might be even increase the authority of the backlinks. But this is all, it's kind of known, this is PBN approach. So now look at the shadow network approach. So we created domain. So like, first of all, if we have domain, if you have a domain with the pre-existing high quality links, so, and you install shadow network. So basically there are several domains that you copy, you make a copy of the site you want to promote. So those domains already have pre-existing backlinks from CNN, Wikipedia, eHow in this example. So what it means is that you get to your site or to your client site and link, direct link, not the link goes through PBN and just goes then uplink to your site, direct link from CNN, Wikipedia, eHow. So that, if I just compare objectives, do you need to set up theme and content? No. Do you need to reindex site? No, you don't. So do you need to place link pointing up to your client site? No, you don't. So you just, it's exact copy of your site, and canonical tag tells that this is the same site. You might have as many copies on the net, and in order to avoid duplication confusion from the Google side. I'm not saying duplication penalty, but the confusion. So there are a whole bunch of different places Google sees the same content. They will say, hey, do you want us to reward main source of the content? Tell us where it is. Use canonical tag. So now we have several sites that when you install the shadow network is similar to placing those, to having this link going directly to your site or your client site. So what's upside of this? So you don't need to set up anything in this. You just literally, if you have a good domain, like with, let's say, Wikipedia backlink, tomorrow you have this backlink pointing to your site. What will it take you to get a Wikipedia backlink going to your client site? And that's exactly the step you can do. Like you don't need to re-index those pages. You don't even, this domain doesn't need to be indexed. If you have high quality, if you have a domain, that's exactly the same rule applies that people use when 301 redirects. Should it be indexed? No, should not be indexed, because you put an instruction to the Google bot, no index, no follow. So I had a question: should it be follow, so that it crawls your site? I don't see why. I don't see why not. But I personally don't think it should follow. Like your end result to just follow the link to go to the page. Like, I mean, when we install the site, of course we want all internal pages to, links to be followed. So Google gets in your site and start crawling it. In this case, I said no, follow this page. It's good enough for Googlebot to get to this specific page because it has a canonical tag pointing up to your client side. I don't think it should be follow. I don't think it's a big difference and makes a big difference. It should be non-indexed for sure, because you don't want the copy of the site appear on the search result. So it's as simple, again, so I'm just asking questions. So what would it take you to get backlinks from the local roofing directories? What if you have domains? You go and you bind several domains that already have links from local roofing directories. You can build a PBN, so there's advantage of PBN because you can use it for multiple clients. This approach is not substitution, but it definitely is complementary strategy that you can use if you have domain with extremely important backlinks. And now watch. What would it take you to change? Let's say if you get a backlink from eHow to your client. So what would it take to remove it and rebuild it to another site? Well, I don't know if you have control over you posting on eHow, but Wikipedia or CNN. With Shadow Network, it's simple as going to the network and update target domain for all of them. There is no penalty for this. It's just this site or this page is now posting different syndicated content, and where's the original source? Right there, new domain. So your client, so not only you get 3 very important backlinks to your client in no time. So if there any problem with this, you just change the shadow domain, shadow network, regional domain, and you point it to another site. So simply update target domain. Removing links, no, you don't need to. You don't need to post new content. You don't need to reindex new content. You don't need to place new links. So few questions. Should we take care of like, should we treat shadow domain as the main site? Well, kind of. Like, I would see more of the similarity with 301 redirect. Let's say if you have very sophisticated 301 redirect where you install redirect all pages for all client, for all important links going to the very for the same pages on the client side. So 301 still works great. I'm not saying that it's you have to drop all 301 redirects, but this is definitely the way of not losing authoritative flow in 301 redirect and use it directly inside. So, and of course the question, will it get me banned in Google? Well, I'm not the one who just tell what to guarantee that something what you do with SEO will ban you not with Google. I'm just saying I'm just telling you that this is Google guideline how to treat the duplicate copy of the content on the net. I don't know any, and I talked to a lot of webmasters, a lot of SEO professionals who are members, who are not our members, who confirm before we release this functionality that this is a sound strategy, and this is I found some of the sites, it's really hard to detect. Like, I mean, literally, it's not like you just go and find good domains. Like, everyone who can spend time researching PBN will find PBN. This approach is extremely hard to find if you just, unless you just crawl through the gazillions of backlinks and finding like might be some flows when the backlink was built to the like coexist and backlink to the built to the main site and the subdomain, and then you just all of a sudden define the subdomain is canonical to the main domain. So again, briefly to summarize, so shadow network is not by mean I suggest to use as a replacement of the PBN, especially PBN you already have. But if you are in the constant search for the expired domains that have extremely important backlinking profile, and you need immediate those backlinks to be pointed to your client site or your own site, this is the strategy. So you go, you create shadow network, you you copy the site, and those links will be part of your backlinking profile, yet still undetectable because they pointed, in fact, they point to the different domain. Anyway, so if you have any follow-up questions, any interest to discuss this, let me know. I'm just looking forward for your emails, comment, private messages if you don't want to in other way, like going into opening the Facebook group. And thank you for watching. Thank you for using RankWyz, SideWyz, and have a good day.